Okay.
Representative Nichols, how much money are we talking about? Is it 1.1 million as grand total?
No, well, what my bill will cover will only cover the straight time liability and overtime liability. If you see, there is a lot of liability in the holiday pay line. My amendment does not touch that, but it's still amount that is owed to employees for the work that they have performed.
That's 14 million holiday?
Yes, sir.
So you're talking 15 or 16 million?
At the end of the fiscal year, it twice that amount.
And I guess
my bill does not address all of that.
I guess that goes back to the question that I was asking earlier, is that I'd like to get a grasp on what money's available so that at least I have one vote to allocate where that money goes. Because I, as one member of this 135-member legislature, I'd say it would be better to pay these people the money we owe them rather than to start to do something at some university, even if it's my own university. You see my question? Because there's plenty of money out there if we just put it in the right place. Is that right? I guess that's what you're trying to do with this amendment.
I'm trying to force the issue that the employees, if they do the work, they should be paid.
Where are they going to get the money to pay it?
Well, I would assume it's been appropriated by this body over the years and it just hasn't been paid out.
And we got the money, but just didn't appropriate it? I mean, didn't pay it?
I think the appropriations are there. It'll take someone above my pay grade to tell me if
Then
money
my
is
question to either you or somebody else on this committee, if we've appropriated, if we owe it, then why haven't we paid it if we've got the money to do the stuff with this other stuff we've been doing here this morning?
Now, that's a broad statement, and in some sense, I agree with you that this is a liability.
I just think it's a legitimate question that we members need to know stuff like that.
Could I ask someone from the
Yes,
department?
yes, sir.
Is someone here from the department? Correction. Could you find the mic, please? I think that you stated, I think you heard the question is, do you have the money? I'm sure you got the appropriation, but do you have the money to pay this? If you'll state your name, please, and answer your question.
Sheila Sharp, Department of Corrections. The way the straight time, the overtime works with the Department of Corrections is we have around 2,300 officers that work a 12-hour shift. And they will work 85 3/4 hours every 2 weeks. The state only funds 80 hours of that pay. So this would put us in a spending situation off the bat if we had to budget it and pay it. Since 1999, we have successfully been banking this straight time and the overtime according to federal and state law and making quarterly payments. So to answer your question, no, the straight time is not funded, but we have successfully, as we have salary savings, set it aside and pay our employees quarterly.
Then I guess this 1.1 million is what we work people, we haven't paid them for what we said we'd pay them. Is that what we're saying?
No, sir.
Well, this liability, overtime liability, we don't owe that?
Yes, sir. The federal law allows us to bank overtime up to 480 hours for our security employees. Over that, we must pay it. But we have $1,550,000 budgeted every fiscal year, and we pay it quarterly because of the administrative issues in making those payments. And so we pay up to that amount and then bank it until we have sufficient salary savings. We can release appropriation or request appropriation. We plan to do that before the end of the year. We are currently making that straight time payment that you see here. It's being processed and will be on probably the next paycheck. We do that quarterly.
I guess what prompts my question is, a wise man once said, when you work a man, you pay him or her. And you pay him that day. You don't fool around and put it in the bank somewhere. And that's the thing that's bothered me. And if we didn't have any money, then we might go to them and apologize. But just previously, 1.6 million we did something else with. And my question to this committee and to this legislature, why don't we pay our bills first before we spend it on something else? Have you all got a request in for some of this pie apparently that I didn't know we had, or should have known we had and didn't know it?
No, sir. Since 1999, it's been expected of us to use the salary savings. We did submit a request a few bienniums ago to get the money up front, and we will gladly pay it. Senator, if it is appropriated and funded, we will gladly make effort
If
to
you
pay
had
it
the
into
money.
payday.
And what bothers me about this bunch on this list right here, as I understand it, are sending this money to these colleges that we just appropriated a while ago. Now, if I'm wrong, I wish some member would tell me that I'm wrong and say so. Thank you.
Senator Taylor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So, Ms. Sharp, if I understand you right, what you're saying is that the federal law allows you to do what you're federally doing, and unless we adopt this, language in state law or rules would not allow us to do what we're doing. Is that an accurate statement?
Yes, sir.
And one other point, do you not, when you hire these folks, do you not explain this to them, what the situation is, and so we're not in any trouble as long as we don't adopt this language? Is that an accurate statement in your opinion?
Absolutely.
Thank you, Chairman.
Representative Wilkins.
Mr. Chairman, Ms. Sharp, you mentioned something about administrative issues. What if we got people that are working the time and they're clocking in, they're on the clock, we know what their hours are? What is the administrative issue related to paying people for the number of hours that they work?
This language would allow them to request that time off every pay period, or give them the decision to be paid or not paid. So when we're dealing with
What you said about the administrative issue, I want to know what the administrative issue is with not being able to pay somebody the number of hours they work.
it would just be an administrative nightmare with the paperwork of allowing up to 4,000 employees to decide during that pay period whether they wanted to be paid this time or not. And I think we would have to have a lot more personnel issues. It's not a matter of just the time clock. That time has to be entered for every employee every 2 weeks. So it would create quite a bit of administrative work.
And you said 4,000, previously you said 2,300. What's the difference?
There's around 2,300 officers that work the 12-hour shifts that have a straight time. This bill also, the way I read it, includes security and non-security staff, which always, over time, has the position of the state is to let that employee off during the pay period, not let them have the decision whether to be paid or not. And this, I think, gives them the discretion.
Mr. Chairman, one more question. This is to Representative Nichols. What is your response, Representative Nichols, to the administrative nightmare issue? I don't see it, but
Representative Wilkins, I don't see it either. The law requires them to keep accurate records of time worked and time that goes in contact. I would also say that the law allows what the agency is doing, but the law also allows the employee to choose to be paid. And I also disagree with the statement that what they're doing is legal, because if in reality you're not able to take your comp time, then they have to pay you under the law. So I don't necessarily agree with the legal opinion that this is not violating the Fair Labor Standards Act, because I think that if an employees cannot realistically take their comp time, then the agency has to pay it.
Okay. Representative Hall, the last question.
Well, Mr. Chairman, my question was answered.
Oh, okay.
I asked it.
Senator Elliott.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just wanted to put on the table that I hope we don't take this as something that is to be taken lightly, because I dealt with this issue when I was in the House, and this was not something brand new. We have not dealt with this as a body. We arguably are doing exactly what Senator Henry said. People are working and not getting paid according to the choices that they ought to have to get paid.
lines for a motion.
To pass.
Have a motion to pass, have a second? Have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no.
No.
Motion is not adopted. Next item,